Hey everybody. Man. So, step one to my truck camper build is going to be the tub. And most of the folks that do this build have a 6-foot or larger truck bed. So mine's a 5. So the way I'm doing it is I'm going to overlap some of the tailgate and leave the tailgate on. I may move the license plate and let it hang off the tailgate after I'm done with everything. But we'll see. We'll see how it is. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so our first measurements and cuts are going to be the base of the tub. And these are my measurements for the back of my truck. Like I said, it's a 5-foot bed, but we're gonna extend the tub and the entire camper out an extra foot to hang onto the tailgate. So my first cuts are gonna be 41.5 to make the base of the tub. And we're gonna start on the right side and go left. Okay, so the base is done. That literally took me 15 minutes tops. And I put it on a furniture dolly for now. That way, I'm gonna get another one. I'm gonna have 2. That way I can roll it around the garage when it starts to get bigger. And it'll be easier to work on without having to, put on tables and all that stuff. So, yeah. Another thing, I don't have a lot of fancy tools. I've got the basic circular saw, jigsaw, drills, sander, hand sander. I don't have a table saw. I don't have, all these commercial tools that you see a lot of these, a lot of the YouTubers will use. I just have the basics, So if you comment, please don't say, well, why don't you use a table saw? Why don't you do this? Why don't you look? I'm doing the best I can with what I have. So yeah, man, let's go. Keep at it. So when you don't listen and someone says you need three pieces of plywood and you only get 2, you have to load up the trailer because your bed isn't 5 feet wide of your truck and go buy another one. Had to stop for lunch. Last night's dinner leftovers. I can cook pretty good. This is actually really good leftover. Garlic Parmesan chicken, boneless chicken, and rice with a bunch of vegetables. Okay, so the reason I got the extra piece of plywood is because I need to make the wings that will sit on top of the truck bed rails. Let me show you. So basically, after the tub is built, the base and then the sides, the wings are going to go from the side and they're going to stick out. Now where I'm going to measure from is right here, where the wheel well flattens out right there. And then I'll measure going, well, let me see. Yeah, straight up and down, level right there. And then from here over of how far I want it to be. And I can't do it with the phone in my hand, so I'll do it and remeasure again and cut the pieces. Okay, so to make the brackets that will help support the wing that will sit on the rail, I took my leveler, went up and measured from where the edge of the leveler or the edge of the tub would be over to here. And it's about 7 3/4 to 8 inches, something like that. So I made the brackets 6 inches wide and 6 inches tall. So they will help support the wing. And here they are. Now I've just got to sand them down, and I can start assembling the tub. So the next thing I'm doing is cutting out the shims that will sit between the wing that you'll sit on, that sits basically on the the bed rail, and there will be a shim underneath between the bed rail and the wing. That way there won't be any like open space. It'll give a little more support. There's one there, and I made them 5 inches wide. So we'll see as we put it together how it does come together. Okay, so I'm running out of space, and I lost track there of the amount of stuff I was doing. So anyway, I glued the shim to where it will sit on the truck rail. This is going to be the wing that sits on top of the tub. And the second one is over here, underneath there, that pile, just because I needed some flat space. And then what I did is I kind of just tacked on with these supports, and then I went underneath. I made this little throwaway roll around cart in order to get underneath, drill pilot holes all up underneath, and put the 2-inch screws up. I used, I want to say, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8 of those on that side. And now I'm going to build the frame that goes around this tub wall. So yeah, so I think I'm done for today. Been at this for 5 or 6 hours. So I did get one side up. And tomorrow I'll finish the, actually I think that is pretty darn good there. Tomorrow I'm going to put the other side on, and the front of the tub, and then the wings as well, probably. If you'll notice, that top rail is about 1/2 inch or so lower than the actual top on that side, because I want to be able to put in the platform for the bed to make it go across even. So yeah, that's where I am today. All right guys, so day 2, and as you saw at a few seconds ago probably, base first wall is up and framed, and now I'm going to work on this wall. Then I've got to cut out the wall that will go against the truck. Yeah, buddy. So I attached that whole little cart thing I made all together, so I won't end up like other people falling on my behind. One at a time, one at a time. All right, guys, so this is where I'm at so far. The base of the tub is pretty complete. Just put this end on, and it's mostly square. I mean, it's the closest square I've ever had when I've built just about anything. So I'm happy with it, and that's all that matters. So you don't gotta be perfect. You just have to be functional and safe. All right, so the next step I have is I'm going to glue down all of the supports that will help the wings be supported onto the tub. So yeah. So after letting the glue dry on the supports, I flip it over and use a small, I don't even know what size bit that is. It's pretty tiny. Small drill bit to pre-drill holes in line with the supports. And then I'm using 2-inch exterior screws to give it extra, strength, because it's already glued down on the five supports. But yep. Hello everyone. I am on day 3. I spent about 5.5 hours on this yesterday, and I am installing the wing supports to the side. So yeah, let's check it out. So this is my first go at it. I'm basically just clamping. I have a clamp on the top and a clamp on the bottom. And I have glued the support to the side of the tub. And yes, I do have it standing up because it's definitely it's easier to work with standing up in this little space in my garage. So, yeah, I'm gonna let that glue up a little bit, drill some holes, screw it together, and then do the other side. And this shouldn't take too long. So, okay, dry fit 1. Yeah, buddy, it slid right in, all the way up against the front. All pretty square. I mean, pretty square. For me, it's pretty square. So I've got to put a rail up on the front to go across to help with bed support, because I'm gonna have a platform bed there that's gonna go this way. And it's gonna be a little shorter than I am tall, but that's okay because I'm a cozy knee bent sleeper. So, and if I need to, I can do it this way too, but I don't know, we'll see. So far, so good. Almost time to build the frame. All right, guys, this will be the end of part 1. I used 1 quart of Flex Seal on the base all the way around to help with moisture. It's all dry to the touch, but it says to wait about 24 hours to 48 hours really before you do anything. So this is the way it sits for the next day or two. And yeah, on to part 2.